Two things happened for the first time today. You just catch me doing my post, run, stretch, and talk shit in the mirror, rather the camera mirror behind. Two things happened for the first time today. One of which was I was described as an influencer for the first time, which is quite funny. And the second one was I binge ate 4 Snickers as a pre-run snack. And the latter was the more fulfilling. Quite literally. Ran. Just went out in the clothes I was wearing because I binge ate all that food, and then I was like, oh man, if I don't start training, I don't want to self-sabotage anymore. But I had a panic attack at about 10 o'clock this morning. Stress, man. I had a panic attack. Tight, chest gets tight, your breathing starts going faster and faster. Fortunately, I used to have so many of them that I can sort of bring myself around, depending on how intense it is. So it wasn't like a bad one, but still annoying. But yeah, so dopamine chasing, I guess. But I am determined to do this properly, and I've been stretching like a biatch, trying to fix this back of mine. Look, diet has been poor recently. That is definitely related to personal life being tumultuous. Is that the word? Hey Siri, how do you say the word for turmoil? But it's like what is it? Tumultuous. It's coming up with bloody Arabic, Mandarin, Dutch. No, turmoil. You guys, I hate the bloody word guys. Why did I say that? Also, do you know what I realised recently? I've realised how much subliminal messaging is within bloody music. Jeez Louise. And I've realised that The Clash, who were supposed to be this anti-establishment sort of movement, they made a song called I Fought the Law and the Law Won. I fought the law and the law won. So that's, to me, that's sort of subliminal messaging that you can't beat the law if you fight them. But that's coming from an anti-establishment. Oh mate, it's well fucking deep, honestly. Right, here we are. This is, hey Siri, how many days until the 24th of May?
It's 57 days until then.
57 days. It's not great, is it? It's been way worse. I have loose skin. I'm shot there, aren't I? Being shot, listen to me. I definitely think that my back has got bigger from doing the pull-ups and being overweight. I kind of knew that was happening. I kind of knew that was happening, so I did it more. I didn't do it more, but I wasn't as bothered about that happening. But it doesn't really look like a boxer's body, does it? Really? It's quite hard for me to see. It's not hard for anybody else. I've not got a little black willy, that's just my trousers. So I'm currently 93 kilos. 93 kilos. Apparently the guy's got me someone to fight, but he's not let me know any more details. Apparently it's a mini influencer fight, or he didn't necessarily have an influencer fight, which was the first time I've been described as that. Which certainly wasn't my wasn't what I set out to do. How do you say that? It wasn't my main priority or my goal when I set out to post regularly on Instagram. It was just I realised that professional boxing is largely a business and largely about how many tickets you can sell. And that nowadays, whether I like it or not, is governed by social media following. So it's just not great, is it? But what is great is that I actually went and did it tonight, even though I feel like shit. I get tense in my neck. I can feel it when I run. It doesn't feel nice. I just need to loosen it all up. It's hard when you stress because obviously everything's already tight. So when you run, it always tightens up. So that's why I've not been running, hence this, and because of the car crash. I haven't been able to get out there and do it. And yeah, my back's just been goosed. And all the stress. So it's kind of, I have to pick my battles, it feels like, with lots of things at the moment. And whether I like it or not, taking my time is one of them, taking care. Which is a really good life lesson, to take care and take your time and poco. What's that? The rabbit in the hair? The tortoise in the hair. There's like huge, like that's a fable for a reason. It's just we don't live in that sort of society. We live in get rich quick, don't we? So anyway, that's the proper fight camp update. Fight camp update is that I went for a run and now my neck hurts. But I've not got the dogs, so that meant I could do a proper run. I used to wear my cap like this when I was younger. Yeah. Poco, little by little, keep ticking it off. Got physio next week on my wrist. I've been told I hit quite hard, but I don't have the wrist to support that, so I often injure my wrist, so not enough wanking, eh? But yeah, it's a good job no one really watches these, because I'm sure that someone got to the point now in the video and I just stopped talking and I'm just sat there thinking of what to say. They should be like, what am I watching this for? What is this man sat on his what is this overweight man sat in his front room talking to himself? Why am I wasting my time watching him? Well, if you're asking yourself that, I'm asking myself that. And it's Friday night. It's definitely a good indication of, or proof that I don't go out or really have friends. But I have some friends. When you get to be an adult, that whole friend thing is kind of bullshit. Most people have got people they're going to get pissed with. If that's what a friend is, because it isn't, I found out through learnt experience, lived experience. And sobriety. Ooh, not spoken about sobriety. I should probably put some clothes on now. I'm feeling a bit like a stripper. So that's the end of this video. But that is day 2. Day 2 done of the. Trying to be arty. That is day 2 of the fight camp. Sort of boxed. Progressed. There's whatever Siri said earlier, days left before the fight. I imagine that I'll take myself away somewhere. Well, the business has started to pick up, so maybe not, but I normally try and do some sort of warm weather training. Fuerteventura is good because what was MTK Spain there, that's very good. Albeit Adam doesn't particularly like it being referred to as that, but it's more recognisable for those of you who are boxing aficionados. So yeah. Do I look red now, or is that, I think both, the light I fought the law and the law won. Oh, I need to stretch. No, I feel fucked again. Stress is a fucking mad one, man. It completely zaps you. Completely zaps you. Like, I'll want to do decorating and stuff, and I'll go to do it, and I'll start doing it, and I'll just lose my balance and stuff. It's crazy. Well intense. But I sort of find myself going, and like, I'm a fucking man. I tell myself when to fucking stop and when to not stop. And then I'll sort of grip my teeth and carry on. It'll happen again, and it sort of stops to happen eventually, and you get a bit of a rush. But then the next day, you just feel like, oh. That's just kind of where I am the last couple of days. That's why consistency is so important. You can push and push and push. Working hard is good. Working hard is useful. Working hard is very much necessary at times, but it's not. You can't do it consistently. You cannot work at 100% consistently. It's all about doing 50% of the work 100% of the time, not 100% of the work for 50% of the time. There's a difference. There's a big difference. It's just consistency, tick, 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 and never stopping. Just always remaining consistent. That's how you get ahead. There's only so long that you can effectively burn the candle at both ends, but there's only so long for which you can press pedal to the metal. Because if you just, and look, there is an element to say, look, of my age, there's only so long that I've got left. Yeah, but mate, I want to make sure that goes for as long as possible. If I put my pedal to the metal now, I'm sure that in a year's time, my life would be completely different. And while that is very exciting, maybe if I just take my time a little bit and try and work smarter, not harder, it'll take me 6 months to another year longer, but then it'll elongate the time that I can spend at the highest level, whatever my ceiling is. It'll elongate that by double the amount that I waited, if that makes sense. So I was always impatient as a kid, and we definitely live in an impatient world now. And I really love to work hard, and it's quite hard for me not to, because I know my body wants me to not push, and I really, really, really want to push. But I know that it's not quite the right time. And that is, first of all, it was getting my arse off the sofa. Then it was not putting my arse back down. I just wanted to keep working. And then it's like, it's just a constant evolution. But that's it. That's what everyone needs. And if everyone, lifelong learning, continuous development, stuff like that, the personal development rabbit hole, even if you just dip your toe in it regularly. And look, it's very easy for me to say this as a person that, in inverted commas, has achieved very little. I've got a master's or whatever, but, we live in a very materialistic, labelistic society. And that's why I think, even though I know that no one's watching these, and please do let me know if you are, like the video if you do get this far. This would be really interesting to see. But I'm aware that the thing is, I'm aware that I have been unable to fully practice the things that I'm preaching for matters out of my own control. And when I am afforded by God the opportunity to showcase or to consistently be able to spread my wings, I guess, and what I'm trying to say is, when I get the opportunity to consistently put the things that I've learned together for a consistent amount of time without my life being bonkers, I am fully aware that this is going to get incredibly exciting incredibly quickly. Thank God. And in doing so, and these videos, I'm hoping that I'll have got enough of it down that people will be able to go back and be like, oh shit, that's how he did it. Oh, I believe him. And, you know, there's quite a lot of stuff that I talk about that, you know, if everyone did it like Christianity, if everybody did it, everything would be fine. Like the whole world. And there's going to come a point where someone can look back and they can be like, oh wow, look at that guy, he literally stopped drinking and stopped smoking, and it was tough because and he did this obstacle and this obstacle, and if he can do all of that, then wow, what could I do? And also I want my kid to be able to do that, and or kids hopefully one day, hey. And this is kind of my letters to them, I guess, as well. I'm very conscious of not oversharing personal stuff on the internet. I think we've definitely fallen into the trap of like baiting with things like that. But nevertheless, I would like to leave a lasting impression on this rock spinning around in space. And thankfully, as it seems, through the advent of technology, that might be permissible. So I've already been on quite the wild ride. As I said before, I've played football at Eton College and ketamine on a lilo in San Antonio and Ibiza. The latter I'm not proud of and didn't even enjoy. Never really. Ketamine is definitely a useful, in inverted commas, technology. But when done in the right environment, these things have to be respected, and it should be done probably with a shaman, and probably with fasting, and probably when you're a lot older than 19, 20, and after not slept for however many hours, but it's a daddy long legs. Yeah, kids, be careful with drugs, because they will fuck you up. They are powerful substances and they need to be respected. If you want to try them, you should do so. However, huge caveat, you should do them with someone that can get you good stuff and that can be there for you if things start to go a little bit haywire. Also, a lot of young people do drugs as escapism. I remember I saw a guy, I won't say his name, but I saw a guy, we were living in Ibiza, and he had self-harm scars all up the inside of his leg. And I didn't notice it, and I noticed them and I was like, oh shit. So I do know that a lot of people do stuff like that, like drinking and especially the Ibiza drug stuff, by way of escapism. And I think a lot of that probably ties in with the parents not having the tools to give them what they want. And really, all that a kid needs between 0 and 18 is love and support. And I don't think that many of us get that. I know that I certainly never felt that. And I wonder just if more people had better tools, then, hurt people. But if you've got parents that have sort of, in inverted commas, got their shit together, or they've been to therapy, or they work through intergenerational trauma, because basically we're all going to get lumped with intergenerational trauma, and there has to be a point where someone within the generational line decides to fix up and look sharp and deal with it and go to therapy and fix all the stuff that's can probably been going on for years and years and years, generations. So hopefully I've been able to do that and offer my future family a new start. Until everybody is brave enough to do that, or courageous enough, not blowing my own trumpet, but it's not easy in the initial instance. Anyway, I got fucking a bit addicted to it. I was like, yeah, let's fucking fix everything. Which, as I said before, lends itself to its own sort of challenges when other people haven't. But I'm not stretching and I'm rambling, but I do see it as a means to an end. I do believe that in time, these videos will be of assistance to those who are in need of them. And if you find it, it's because it was supposed to find you. So don't beat yourself up. Do the best that you can do with the tools that you've got. Go searching for new tools. Know that everything you needed was already inside you. You were never not enough. and I have to be the weirdest boxer in the world, really, don't I? I'm going to go in a ring and fight and beat the fuck out of someone. Excuse me. I never say that. It's because I felt vulnerable, because I realised that I do have access to, I am like an empath, and I do have access to understanding both feminine and masculine energies. So when I talk about this kind of stuff, I then start feeling a little bit self-conscious, and I feel self-conscious because I'm vulnerable, and I feel vulnerable for judgment. I feel like I might be judged because I've got all this feminine energy that I can express and articulate what's going on. However, I do love boxing, and I am going to step inside the ring and fight a man because I've got the necessary screws loose. So it's interesting being me, I would say. There's a lot going on. Mama said, I'm gonna knock you out, motherfucker, out. Yeah, I'm gonna fight. I don't know if I really like fighting. We'll find out. I'm not gonna spar, I don't think. I'm gonna try to avoid sparring. I'm too pretty. I will spar some, especially as I progress, but yeah, I never used to be. I thought I spoke about this before. I was always private school hard, which is not real world hard. And then I got kicked out of private school, and then I sort of faked it that I was out of private school hard. And then, I don't know, maybe it kind of just happened. I don't know. I'm not necessarily saying that I'm hard or anything like that, because that sounds like I'm an absolute 12-year-old, but I have noticed that people seem to be scared of me. I don't particularly like it, but at least it keeps the skellies away. So, yeah. Yeah, man. Learn how to fight, because then you don't have to, and then if it does happen, you can do it. Bye, internet. Happy Friday night. I know I'm going to do some more stretching. I could fall asleep right now. The reason why I haven't pressed stop is because I can't bother to move. I'm also conscious that I don't have any clothes on. It looks like I'm naked, which is probably not a good look. Goodbye, internet.